Hi, welcome to the channel. Today is the first day of third chapter, that is the miracle working power of your subconscious. Let's start. The power of your subconscious is beyond all measure. It inspires you and guides you. It calls up vivid scenes from the storehouse of memory. Your subconscious controls your heartbeat and the circulation of your blood. It regulates your digestion, assimilation, and elimination. When you eat a piece of bread, your subconscious mind transmutes it into tissue, muscle, bone, and blood. These processes are beyond the ken of the wiser person who walks the earth. The subconscious mind controls all the vital processes and functions of your body. It knows the answer to all problems. Your subconscious mind never sleeps, never rests. It is always on the job. You can discover the miracle working power of your subconscious by plainly stating to your subconscious prior to sleep that you want to a specific thing accomplished. You will be amazed and delighted to discover that forces within you will be released that lead to the result you wished for. Here is a source of power and wisdom that puts you directly in touch with omnipotence. This is the power that moves the world, guides the planets in their course, and causes the sun to shine. Your subconscious mind is the source of your ideals, aspiration, and altruistic urges. It was through the subconscious mind that Shakespeare perceived and communicated great truths hidden from the average man of his day. It was through the subconscious mind that the Greek sculptor Phidias gained the art and skill to portray beauty, order, symmetry, and proportion in marble and bronze. The subconscious mind is the deep well from which great artists draw their provoking power. It enabled the great Italian artist Raphael to paint his Madonnas and the great German musician Beethoven to compose his symphonies. Some years ago, I was invited to a lecture at the Yoga Forest University in Rishikesh, India. While I was there, I had a long conversation with a surgeon who was visiting from Bombay. From, from him, I learned the astonishing story of Dr. James Asdale. Asdale was a Scottish surgeon who practiced in Bengal during the 1840s. This was before ether or other modern methods of chemical anesthesia began to be used. Nevertheless, between 1843 and 1846, Dr. Asdale performed some 400 major surgical operations of all kinds. These included amputation, removal of tumors and cancerous growth, and operations of the on the eye, ear, and throat. All these operations were performed under mental anesthesia only. Patients said they felt no pain, and none of them died during surgery. Just as amazing, the mortality rate of Asdal's patients following surgery was extremely low. This was well before Western scientists such as Louis Pasteur and Joseph Lister pointed out the bacterial origin of infection. No one realized that post-operative infections were due to unsterilized instruments and virulent organisms. Nevertheless, when Asdale suggested to his patients who were in a hypnotic state that no infection or a specific condition would develop. Their subconscious minds respond to his suggestion. They set in motion the processes needed to fight off the life-threatening dangers of infection. Think of it. Over a century and a half ago, this Scottish surgeon who had gone halfway around the world discovered how to use the miraculous wonder working powers of the subconscious mind. It is enough to cause you to be seized with awe. The transcendental powers that inspired Dr. Asdale and that protected his patients from mortal danger can be yours too. Your subconscious mind can give you independence of time and space. It can make you free of all pain and suffering. It can give you the answer of all problems, whatever they may be. There is a power and an intelligence within you that far transcends your intellect, causing you to marvel at the wonder of it all. All these experiences cause you to rejoice and believe in the miracle working powers of your own subconscious mind. Your subconscious is your book of life. Whatever thoughts, beliefs, opinions, their theories, or dogmas you write, engrave, or impress on your subconscious mind, you will experience them as the objective manifestation of circumstances, conditions, and events. What you write on the inside, you will experience on the outside. You have two sides of your life, objective and subjective, visible and invisible, thought and its manifestation. Your thought is received as a pattern of neural firings in your cerebral cortex, which is the organ of your conscious reasoning mind. Once your conscious or subject or objective mind accepts the thought completely, it is transmitted to the older part of the brain where it becomes flesh and is made manifest in your experience. As previously outlined, your subconscious cannot argue. It acts only from what you write on it. It accepts your verdict or the conclusions of of your conscious mind as final. This is why you are always writing on the book of life, because your thoughts become your experiences. The American philosopher Ralph Waldo Emerson said, "Man is what he thinks all day long. What is impressed in the subconscious is expressed." William James, the father of American psychology, said that the power to move the world is in your subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind is one with infinite intelligence and boundless wisdom. It is fed by hidden springs and is called the law of life. Whatever you impress upon your subconscious mind, the latter will move in heaven and earth to bring it to pass. You must therefore impress it with right ideas and constructive thoughts. The reason there is so much chaos and misery in the world is that so many people do not understand the interaction of their conscious and subconscious minds. When these two principles are in accord, in concord, in peace and synchronously together, you will have health, happiness, peace, and joy. There is no sickness or discord when the conscious and subconscious work together harmoniously and peacefully. In the ancient world, Hermes Trismegistus 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 had the reputation of being the greatest, most powerful magus the world had ever known. When his tomb was opened centuries after his passing, those who were in touch with the wisdom of the ancients waited with great expectancy and a sense of wonder. It was said that the greatest secret of the ages would be found within the tomb, and so it was. The secret word, as within, so without, as above, so below. In other words, whatever you impress in your subconscious mind becomes expressed on the screen of space. This same truth was proclaimed by Moses, Isaiah, Jesus, Buddha, Zoroaster, Zoroaster, Lautes, and all the illuminated seers of the ages. Whatever you feel is true subjectively is expressed conditions, experiences, and events. Motion and emotion must balance. As in heaven, your own mind, so earth in your body and environment. This is the great law of life. You will find throughout all the nature the law of action and reaction, of rest and motion. These two must balance, then there will be harmony and equilibrium. You are here to let the life principle follow through you rhythmically and harmoniously. The intake and the outgo must be equal. The impression and the expression must be equal. All your frustration is due to unfulfilled desire. If you think negatively, destructively, and viciously, these thoughts generate destructive emotions that must be expressed and must find an outlet. These emotions, being of a negative nature, are frequently expressed as ulcers, heart trouble, tension, and anxiety. What is your idea or feeling about yourself now? Every part of your being expresses that idea. Your vitality, body, financial condition, friends, and social status represent a perfect reflection of the idea you have of yourself. This is the real meaning of what is impressed in your subconscious mind and what is expressed in all phases of your life. We injure ourselves by the negative ideas we entertain. How often have you wounded yourself by getting energy, fearful, jealous, or vengeful? These are the poisons that enter your subconscious mind. You were not born with these negative attitudes. Feed your subconscious mind life giving thoughts, and you will wipe out all the negative patterns lodged within it. As you continue to do this, all the past will be wiped out and remembered no more. The subconscious heals a malignancy of the skin. The most convincing evidence anyone can have the healing power of the subconscious mind is a personal healing. Over 40 years ago, I developed a malignancy of the skin. I went to the finest doctor who tried the most advanced treatments medical science could offer. None of these helped. The malignancy got progressively worse. Then, one day, a clergyman with a deep store of psychological knowledge, told me the inner meaning of the 139th Psalm. He called my attention to the passage that reads, In thy book all my members were written, which in continuance were fashioned, when as yet there was none of them. He explained that the term book meant my subconscious mind, which fashioned and molded all my organs from a tiny original self. He pointed out that since my subconscious mind had made my body, it could also recreate it and heal it according to the perfect pattern within it. This clergyman pointed to his watch. This had a maker, he told me. This had a maker, he told me, but before the watch could become an objective reality, the watchmaker had to have the idea of it clearly in mind. If for some reason the watch stopped working as it should, the watchmaker's idea of it would give him the knowledge he needed to fix it. I understood that he was trying to tell me by this analogy the subconscious intelligence that created my body was like the watchmaker. It knew exactly how to heal, restore, and direct all the vital functions and processes of my body. But for it to do this properly, I had to give it the perfect idea of health. This would act as cause, and the effect would be healing. I formulated a very simple and direct prayer. My body and all its organs were created by the infinite intelligence in my subconscious mind. It knows how to heal me. Its wisdom fashioned all my organs, tissues, muscles, and bones. This infinite healing presence within me is now transforming every cell of my being, making my whole and perfect. I give thanks for the healing I know is taking place at this time. Wonderful are the works of the creative intelligence within me. I repeated this simple prayer aloud for about 5 minutes or 3 times a day. After some 3 months, my skin was whole and perfect. The malignancy had vanished. My doctor was baffled, but I knew what had happened. I had given life giving patterns of wholeness, beauty, and perfection to my subconscious mind. This forced out the negative images and patterns of thought lodged in my subconscious mind, which were the cause of all my trouble. Nothing appears on your body except when the mental equivalent is first in your mind. As you change your mind by drenching it with incensed affirmatives, you change your body. This is the basis of all healing. Marvelous and thy works, and that my soul, subconscious mind, knoweth right well. Psalm 139 ratio 1:4. Okay, we will start how the subconscious controls all functions of the body in the next session. If you are new on the channel, subscribe the channel and press bell icon so that you will get notification about new video upload. Don't forget to like and share. Thank you so much.